Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm doing a beef and broccoli noodle dish. So I cannot rate these enough, to be honest. They're £7.50 and you're getting 425 grams in it's a rump steak. So I tend to buy these and it serves the three of us, to be honest, or four, because I've made the noodles tonight and there's leftovers, so just bulk it out with other things as well. So I always cut the fat off. If you want to have that in, leave it in, personal preference. I always just cut it off. And yeah, there is probably a bit of meat still on there as well, but I fry it off and I give it to the dogs. So I leave a little bit of meat on for them. So I'm just going to butcher this, and by butcher it I need my knife sharpening 100%. I'll have to see Carl for that. And I just cut sort of little strips off. You can have the meat however you want, to be fair, but I just cut it into sort of thinnish little strips just like that. And then we're going to cut it all up and we're going to pop it in a bowl, and then I'm going to start a marinade. So this is going to be in the fridge all day. So that's just some fresh ginger, so I'm just going to grate that in as best I can. And as I say, this is just a marinade for the beef. It'll just tenderise the beef, flavour it, ready for later on. It's such a quick and easy dish, to be honest, especially if you're busy during the day and stuff. It doesn't take long to prep at all. And then I've got some garlic. How big is that garlic bulb? It's like huge. So I'm going to pop our garlic in as well. So you can crush it, you can chop it. I'm just grating it just because the grater's out for the ginger. And then there's just a couple of more ingredients to go in. This here was really, I've got a little bit of garlic there and all, so I'm putting that in as well. This was really tasty as well, really tasty. So easy to do, and like just a midweek meal. I did have a little bit of a side to it as well, which was the Young's curry sauce. Carl's a bit addicted to that, so I put a little. He made a massive batch last week. That's me just putting some bicarb in, or baking powder, and a little bit of corn flour, and then that will tenderise all the meat and things, or help as well. So I've got some full fat soy sauce, or dark soy sauce. So I'm just going to put a splash of that in. And then I've got some diet soy sauce, or light soy sauce, and that's going in as well. And all I'm going to do is just give it a good mix and then pop it into the fridge. So as I said earlier as well, yeah, this Young's curry sauce, Carl loves it, and he made like a proper massive batch. And then we had some for our tea, and then obviously I put the rest of it in the freezer. So I just took some of that out as a side for him for this, because he was like, oh, I fancy a bit curry sauce. So to do the noodles, this is how I do them. I just pop however many noodles that you want. I'm just doing the full pack, to be fair. And that's all just going in a bowl. I've got the kettle boiling in the background. And then, like I say, just put all your noodles in the bowl and just fill it with water until it's covered. And then I just soak them just until the sort of al dente, if that's the posh word, sort of soft, not soggy, just sort of soft. And that's all I do. I just pour boiling water over and I just leave them to soak. Now what I want you to do is I want you to go and get your kitchen scissors like that and keep them as far away from them noodles as possible. Do not chop your noodles, people. So while the noodles are soaking, I'm just putting a bit of oil in the pan there, and then I'm going to start by frying off the onion. And different people will do this in a different order. This is just how I do it. So I fry the onion off a little bit, and then I add the beef into there, so the flavour from the beef will soak into the onion as well as it's all frying off. And I do like my onions cooked. Some people like them sort of half raw or whatever. Again, it's just however you like them, but I like me onions cooked properly all the way through. So you can see there that beef is really dark. It's taken on all of the flavours of the soy sauce and the garlic, and this smells really good as well. And then all I do is just sort of fry it off, basically. I do add a little bit of water just before I put the broccoli in, and I mean a little bit of water, and all that's going to do is just make a sort of bit of a gravy type thing. So you'll see when I start to stir, can you see there's a little bit? And again, apologies for the quality of the video and the length of the video as well. I'm limited on battery life and memory storage stuff, and it's not the best phone, so just an old iPhone. So just doing my best. So I've popped the broccoli in there. I don't want to stir too hard. You can see there I've put a little bit of water in. So I'm going in there with some oyster sauce and a little bit of teriyaki sauce as well. I do like the teriyaki sauce, to be fair. So just a couple of extra flavours going in there. And you can see a bit more soy sauce. And you can see I have put a little bit more water in there, so it's made just a tiny little bit of a gravy or a coating for your noodles. So give that a bit of a stir about. And then there's my noodles, they're drained. And I'm just going to put them in and give them a bit of a flip around. It looks as though there's a lot of noodles in there, and there is, but all of the stuff's on the bottom, so you just got to sort of flip it over, and there is enough beef and things in there as well. And like I say, you got your onions and broccoli, and then once I stir that through, the very last thing to go in is the bean sprouts. Sometimes I put them in, sometimes I don't, but I'm putting bean sprouts in this time, and I'm putting them in at the very end, just so that they're sort of cooked but they're still crunchy, if that makes sense. So just pop them in, give them a minute or so, stirring them round, and there you go. There's our noodles, all ready to dish up. So this is my plate coming up, so this is my noodles, so that's served up. Absolutely gorgeous. The beef was super, super tender. The broccoli was cooked but not soggy, so it was just perfect. And as I said to you before, I took some of that Young's this is beef mushroom chicken curry out the freezer, and that's what Carl had. He had a side of that as well, and he really, really enjoyed it. And I put a few spring onions on the top of these as well, cut him a few fresh spring onions there. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I will catch you on the next one.